All right, so you're ready to jump into Flutter. Awesome. But hold on, before you write a single line of code, you've got a big decision to make. Maybe one of the biggest, actually. It's all about your setup, and it's going to shape how you work every single day. So let's break it down.
I want you to imagine something. You're a world-class chef, ready to cook up your first masterpiece of an app. But what's the very first thing you need? Your kitchen, right? And this is where it gets interesting. Are you going to work in a super sleek, modern chef's counter or a full-blown, heavy-duty industrial kitchen? This choice, it's kind of everything.
Okay, so before you can pick your kitchen, you got to know what you're even looking at. Both of these tools, these kitchens, they belong to a category of software called an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment.
So what the heck is an IDE? Think of it as your digital workshop. It's the one place, your command center, where you'll write your code, test it out, and, squash all those inevitable bugs. It's literally where the magic happens. And when it comes to Flutter development, you've got two main kitchens to choose from. First up, there's VS Code. This is that sleek, modern chef's counter we talked about. It's fast, it's nimble, and you can totally customize it. Then you've got Android Studio. This is your heavy-duty industrial kitchen. It's got everything, all the machinery built right in. It's an all-in-one powerhouse, but it's a bit of a beast to get started.
No matter which kitchen you end up picking, there are some basic things every Flutter developer, every chef, has to do. These are the absolute non-negotiable first steps.
So, what are they? Well, first, you got to download the Flutter SDK. That's kind of like your main set of knives and pans. Then, you have to tell your computer where you put them. That's called adding it to your system path. And last, you run this super handy command, Flutter Doctor. It's like a health check for your setup, and it'll tell you if you're good to go.
And here's the cool part. Both kitchens come with some seriously awesome shared gadgets. We're talking about things like IntelliSense, which is basically your coding assistant, giving you hints as you type. And then there are code snippets, which are just magic. They let you generate huge blocks of code with just a couple of letters.
Okay, let's dive into kitchen number 1, the sleek chef's counter. We're going to take a closer look at VS Code, so why do so many developers absolutely love this thing?
One word, speed. Seriously, it's all about how fast it is. VS Code is super lightweight. You click the icon, and boom, it's open, almost instantly. You don't have to sit there waiting for it to load up or index a million files. You can just start coding. It feels so snappy. Now, out of the box, VS Code is kind of like a bare-bones kitchen counter. It's a really, really good text editor. To turn it into a full-on Flutter development powerhouse, you have to bring your own tools. For us, that means installing the official Dart and Flutter extensions. Once you pop those in, you're totally set up.
And this is where you really feel that power. You can just type something like stateful, hit enter, and bam, an entire stateful widget, all the boilerplate code just appears. It's such a huge time saver, and it really helps you stay in that coding zone.
All right, time to check out the other option. Let's move on to the all-in-one station and unpack what Android Studio is all about.
Okay, so Android Studio is the heavyweight champion for sure. The best thing about it? It's a totally complete, feature-packed IDE right from the start. No extra installations needed for the core stuff. But all that power has a price. It's definitely slower than VS Code. You'll feel it. Sometimes it can feel like it's getting bogged down doing things in the background.
So you might be asking, why would I use it then? Well, it has one absolute killer feature, the built-in device manager. If you want to create and run a virtual phone on your computer, an emulator, to test your app, Android Studio makes it ridiculously easy. This can be a major pain point for developers, and Android Studio just solves it.
Okay, so you've got the fast, customizable chef's counter VS Code, and you've got the powerful all-in-one industrial station Android Studio. It feels like a tough choice, right? But what if I told you that most pros don't actually choose one? What if the secret is to use both?
This is the professional workflow. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. So when you need to do something heavy, like set up a brand new emulator, you open up the big industrial machine, Android Studio. But for your everyday coding, your quick edits, the actual fun part, you stick with the fast and light VS Code.
And here is the magic trick. This is the pro tip that brings it all together. Check this out. You can open Android Studio, use its amazing device manager to start up your virtual phone, and then you can just close Android Studio. Yep, just shut it down. The emulator keeps running in the background. Then you can go back to VS Code and run your app on that device directly from there. It's literally the best of both worlds.
So there you have it. We've looked at the blueprints for both kitchens, and we've even shown you the secret passage that connects them for the ultimate workflow. Now, it's up to you to make the choice.
Here's the takeaway. Think of VS Code as your daily driver. It's the tool you're going to live in, the one you'll have open all day long for writing code. And Android Studio, that's your specialized, heavy-duty tool. You'll pull it out of the toolbox when you need to do one specific, important job, managing your devices.
See, the whole VS Code versus Android Studio debate, it isn't really about picking one and ditching the other forever. It's about knowing your tools. It's about building a workflow that works for you, one that makes you faster, more efficient, and honestly, a happier developer. So the question isn't which one is better. The real question is, which kitchen are you going to build first?